And again, I'm putting more between the seam of the rubber molded timing chain cover gasket and the cork pan gasket, because there's a good bit of a gap in there when you tighten all that down. And the flanges on our cork gasket are wider than, well, we'll call it the receiver, I suppose, what receives that gasket. So sometimes this can get a little bit messy. This is certainly one of them times. We had to trim our gasket a little bit. That's not uncommon in today's world where the stuff just don't quite frickin' work, right? I could have struggled with that for who knows how long. And then ended up cutting it anyways and had just a silicone mess everywhere. You can trim the little tabs back. And then we're going to use silicone on the seam and put it all together. One of the ones on the back works perfect. The other one's perfect, just the front ones. And you know, it could have just been a slight difference in the way this aluminum, nice little beautiful cover was made, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're going to give us a nice little bead of sealant on here, just to make sure. We'll wipe it off from the outside later. There's nothing on the inside that it can smear into. Just one last walk around and check, make sure our gasket is all seated, make sure we got a good, proper amount of sealant on stuff without, being too much. And we'll set our pan down on. Put a little bit more right there. I'm always a little bit nervous between the end seals and the gaskets. Okay. We are done. Everything's been checked, double, triple torqued and checked. Everything's Loctited, degreed, Loctited bolts, little cam bolt retaining ring. Pan's been meticulously cleaned. What a beautiful pan we have. You can hear the little trapdoors swinging around in there. It's a marine pan. It's got all kinds of baffles in it and whatnot. There we go. Slid down really nice into place. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'll put a few of the bolts in. And I'm going to snug the thing down so I know we have no voids in our sealant between the gasket, our rubber molded end gasket, for the lack of a better thing to call it. But I don't want to tighten everything up really tight. I'm just going to snug it down so we don't squeeze a bunch of sealant out everywhere. And then we're going to let that set up, and then we're going to come back and we're going to tighten everything down and torque everything down. So we're done with this part of the engine. I just have to go back and tighten that pan down, but we want to make sure that we don't squeeze all our sealant out, but we also want to snug it down enough that if there's any little voids in the sealant, that gets seated. We'll let that all harden up. We'll come back, we'll tighten that down. Next step is we're going to flip this thing over. We're going to put our intake in. That was also part of the series. We'll take a piece of that and put it in our port alignment video, but also, yeah. So we're going to put that on. We'll put our valve covers on, our water pump, a few accessories like that. We're not going to get too carried away. We're going to go drop this thing on the engine stand, then we'll finish the details of it over there because I kind of need the room here and I want it on the stand anyways. And we'll oil it up, pre-lube it, all that kind of stuff. Go through a nice proper break-in procedure, do our lash adjustment, our timing adjustment, all that kind of stuff on the engine stand for you. Monitor everything on our computer, make sure everything's proper. So we're almost there. I'm going to flip it over and start finishing off the top.